Okay, here we go. And we're live. Hello, and welcome to the Bold Leadership Story Show, where we talk about experiences shaping exceptional lives. And today I am so excited. I'm beside myself. And that, I've been like this nervous hen because Chris is one of my mentors and coaches.
Oh, very nice.
And he's a friend. And I'm really excited to have him on the show today to get a chance to learn a little bit about him. He's such a genius when it comes to LinkedIn and lead generation.
Wow.
And what I want to do is build on that and get the inside story on Chris Prouty today a little bit.
Hey, before we do that, can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
Tell me about what's the color of your background, Jim?
The color of my background, it's purple. Just think it's purple today. Yeah, I'm having some technical difficulties. Of course, everything happens when you have the superstar on.
Oh, come on! Look,
This
hey,
is
listen,
fun. I've been looking at this. My hair.
Yeah.
Chris has been growing out his hair. He had this
We
amazing
should tell
shot
him.
of.
Yeah, Jim. We should tell him on the coaching calls. You come on the coaching calls, and for whatever reason, I decided to grow my hair out this year. I don't know. And you've been on the calls, and you've been like, should I grow my hair out? I definitely think you should.
Yeah, well, I'm trying. It's coming. It's longer in the back. You can't really see it, but yeah,
Yep.
it's getting to be like a pain in the butt. But my girlfriend likes it, so I'm going to keep it.
Listen, that's what's important. That's what
Exactly.
my business has grown since I started growing my hair out. So I'm not. This ain't going anywhere anytime soon.
All right. Yeah. Well, I was looking at some of your LinkedIn's or your
Yeah.
YouTube videos. You've got almost 700 videos up or something like that. You've got 901 videos you've got on your YouTube channel.
That's true. 901 videos. I love making videos.
Yeah. So you're like a machine.
I'll tell you
all that stuff out, but it goes. It's cool to look at it because it's like a history of Chris Prouty and his hairstyle.
You can see I go through all the looks. You go back to the first ones. You can see I go through all the looks. You can see all the wardrobe changes, the setting changes. I hope the content is at least halfway good. Boy. Oh, here we go. Oh,
yeah, here we go.
Oh, I didn't expect this. Look at this.
Oh yeah, we've got.
Look at this. Look at that. You can see. Look at that. It is so like cool. It's like a history of my hair.
It is.
The comments are still. Oh, look at that now. Look. Now we're going way back. Look how short that was. That's a year ago. Maybe the people who are, Jim, forget about like lead generation. Maybe the people who are watching this, they can just like chime in the comments. I'm looking for some suggestions on what to do with the hair. Do I go back to that? Do I keep going? Do I leave it where it is?
Right.
I mean, look at this.
I like it long, man. Oh, I love the glasses too. You change your change master. You change the glasses.
Listen, nobody else can hear this. I'll tell you a secret about some of those glasses. I don't think anybody else can hear this. Okay. Some of those glasses.
Yeah. It's a secret.
Yeah. Here's the secret that some people don't realize. Although one person called me out on this on one of those videos, they said, I don't think those glasses have lenses in them. And they were dude, they were 100% right. I've got some of those glasses that you see me wearing there have no lenses in them because they can't put my prescription in them, but I liked them so much that I wear them in videos without lenses. That's the secret to my success.
It really changes the look. It makes you look sophisticated or sometimes, a little bit goofy, but
yeah, maybe
good.
A little bit goofy. I'll tell you, for anybody watching this, I recommend this to everybody in my masterminds. Start your YouTube channel. I started mine super late in the game. I did everything on LinkedIn for the longest time. And then it was probably 3 years ago that I was like, I should probably start a YouTube channel. It totally transformed lead generation for me. I did great on LinkedIn, like really great. Mm-hmm. And continue to do great on LinkedIn. And then
you have an amazing LinkedIn. I'm going to bring that up now.
Oh God,
you have an amazing LinkedIn profile.
I like my LinkedIn. I like it. Oh, I should. It's what I teach people to do. But I will tell you, anybody who's watching this, start your YouTube channel, because even if you feel like you're not great on video, start your YouTube channel. Yeah, there it is.
So yeah, impact, profit, and fun. And there's that long hair.
It is. Like that's mid-long.
So there's so much in here. I go through this profile and I go, okay, what can I pull from this to learn from it? And there's so much here. Like there's just even this little thing here in the beginning, at the very top, the number one key to getting clients. And it looks kind of, simple, innocuous. You'd never really recognize it, but you click on that. And I don't know if this will work on StreamYard. No, it doesn't.
It probably will. It'll open it in a new tab.
It doesn't.
Aye.
That's the problem. I'm switching. I'm getting out of StreamYard here soon.
Yeah.
But anyway,
here's the thing. Here's the thing with LinkedIn. LinkedIn started in 2024, made massive changes. And LinkedIn right now is focused on quality over quantity. And that's everything across the platform. So so I read the LinkedIn engineering blog and, I do all the stuff to keep abreast of what's going on LinkedIn. And when I saw they made a switch from quality, from quantity to quality, that changed everything for me. And I went through my connections. I deleted thousands of connections who weren't quality connections. And a quality connection, I'll happy to share this. A quality connection is someone who is your perfect prospect. Because if you're looking to grow your business on LinkedIn, you want your perfect prospects to see your content. LinkedIn doesn't know who to put your content in front of at first, so it's got to figure that out, and it looks at your connections to figure out who to put the content in front of. So if you're only connected with your perfect prospects, only people who are like your perfect prospects have a chance of seeing your content at first and as it spreads. So the recommendation right off the bat, go through your connections, get rid of the people that you used to work with that are never going to be your clients. Get rid of all of those people and only accept connection requests from the quality connections. So I got rid of thousands of connections because I used to just connect with anybody. But the day of the LinkedIn Open Networker has passed, Jim. It's passed.
That's a point. I've got like over 10,000 on my 10,000 connections, but they're probably 99% of them are probably, like worthless from that definition. So
if you don't want to take the time to go through and get rid of connections now, just going forward, just only connect with the highest quality people. It'll be like a quick change in how your content gets spread and the leads that you get from the platform, which is most important, right? That's what's most important to me is leads, clients, money in the bank versus likes, comments, and shares. I don't really care about likes, comments, and shares. Just leads, people that I can impact, and having a lot of fun with these people, and then making a buck or two at the same time.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that's great. And you've been doing this for how long? You've been teaching this lead gen stuff.
Yep.
About 901 videos worth.
Yeah, I've been doing
it. You even started that late. So how long have you been doing this?
Like 78 years, maybe 80 years or something. Like when I was born, and this is my mom told me this. When I was born, I came out a crying little baby, and the doctors looked at me and they said, "This guy in LinkedIn, this guy is going to be so good at LinkedIn."
There's a LinkedIn master right there.
He's going to be.
We don't need any more babies that have LinkedIn master.
Yeah, this guy, right? This little baby right here is going to be. That, of course, is completely fabricated. So 25 years ago, I was working corporate and kind of doing what I'm doing now independently. I was working corporate and I just couldn't stand the people I was working with. And I was living in a state where it took me 4 hours to commute. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like, why in the world am I doing this? Now, this is 25 years ago. So there was no social media. There was, the internet was barely anything. And on a Friday, I was driving into work and it struck me halfway there. I'm like, I'm going to quit today and I'm going to figure this out. And halfway there, made that decision, walked in for my Friday morning meeting got done. Everybody left. And I looked at the dude and I was like, I think I'm done working here. And that was a time where no one was leaving jobs. Wait,
what was his? Did he have a look on his face?
Yeah, they were like, "What are you doing? You can't."
It's like I'm gonna be what?
You can't. And to make sure that I didn't chicken out, I while I was in the meeting, I had a CD-ROM that I put in my laptop that was erasing my laptop. That's the old. That's the burn the boats.
Burn the boats.
Burn the boats. We're not going back, Jim.
The computer's flaming. We're done, baby.
I put the disc in at the beginning of the meeting. I booted my laptop and I hit the button that erased my laptop. Kill disk was the name of the program. Erased the whole laptop, closed it, got done, pushed it forward. I said, I think I'm done working here. And he was like, what are you talking about? You can't. I'm like, I got to go. And that was a Friday. Drove home to my loft in Leominster, Massachusetts, and sat there and said, well, I guess you got to find some clients. And just started working the phones, calling people I knew, saying, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm doing it as a consultant now. I'm doing it independently. And that weekend landed my first big, like by Monday, I had my first big client, which is the largest candle manufacturer in New England. And locked them down. And it was client after client after client after that. So for the first 5 years, I was just a hired gun. People would hire me to come in, help them figure out their marketing, figure out their websites, figure out how to sell stuff online. And it grew and grew and grew. And that was like the first 5 years. And then the next 10 years, it was this weird combination of doing it. And then I started to do advisory. I had companies around the world hiring me to just sit with me on the phone and say, just tell us what to do. So I would. I'd say, okay, well, let's look at your email campaigns or your ad campaigns and your SEO, because that's all we were doing back then was Google ads, search engine optimization. There was no social media. And so I got real good at SEO and real good at helping clients make a lot of money with search engine optimization. And then social media came around and people were like, help us figure this out. So we all had to figure it out together, trial and error.
No, and you're really good at that, because you skipped the part, probably a pretty good sized part of your career where you are a teacher or a professor.
Yeah, that's my university degree from way back when, Jim. Pull up a chair.
You're talking to a guy that's 67, so I mean, you got a little perspective here.
Yeah, my university degree, degree in mathematics and a degree in secondary school education. For a bunch of years, I taught calculus and physics.
Yeah, so you've got this technical mind, but you're also like fun, like Beethoven fun,
I don't know. It's just what I love to do, and I love to see the transformation that you can help people with.
Sure.
So we figured out social media. I figured out all the stuff that works, and I took it from doing it for people to doing it with people to advising, and now I have this beautiful combination of all of it, where I've got some private clients that I advise. I've got some private clients that I do the work, help them do the work. And then I run the mastermind, the mastermind that you're in, that a group of people come in and collaborate, and I guide, and everybody goes off and implements, comes back, shares results, and we all prosper. That's it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
It's not the most riveting story. I wasn't living in my car or anything like that. I wasn't hiding out in my attic with bill collectors knocking on the door. I just worked my butt off for 25 years and continue to do so.
Yeah. You've got this like amazing array of skills too. Like you run, and I know you're into diet and exercise big time.
Big time.
So how'd you get started with that? What was it that like got you focused in that direction?
Personal performance, the performance of an individual is one of the most important things that I could ever help anybody with. And that, like, if you look at the Venn diagram for personal performance, it's performance in like the 7 areas of life. It's your business and your family and your physical fitness and your education, like your mental capacities, your social contributions, your spiritual contributions, like all of those things. We have the opportunity in every area of our lives to perform. Thanks, Hope. That's very nice. Thanks, Hope.
Hope's a great friend. She's like really wonderful. She's lives here in Temecula Valley.
Wow.
Like, yeah. So
looks like I'd like to party with Hope. Like, look at that.
She's fun. She's
alone. Yeah. I feel like I could party with Hope and I wouldn't have to say anything. I could just hang around. Right?
Yeah, she's sending a dove.
So right. So there are very well defined, going all the way back 4,000 or 5,000 years to Buddhist teachings. You can divide life into distinct areas. Right now, there are 7 areas of life. It's business, family, your physical fitness, your intellectual capabilities, your spiritual pursuits, your social contributions, and then there's one more. Oh, maybe family. I don't know if I didn't say family, maybe. Anyway,
Yep.
you have the opportunity, everybody who can hear this, you have the opportunity right now to perform at an unbelievably high level in all of those areas of life. And generally, people have 2 or 3 areas of life that are their most important. For me, it's business, family, physical fitness. So I'm always looking to optimize my performance in those 3 areas. I've got 4 little kids, so I'm always looking, what can I do to enrich their lives, to make their lives the best possible? How can I grow my business and serve people? How can I have an impact on the people that are in my masterminds like you? How can I make a lot of money doing that? And how can I have a ton of fun? Right? That's really what I want in my business. And then physical fitness is super important to me, because how can you perform anywhere unless you've got a level of physical fitness? So I do high levels of cardiovascular, you know this, high cardio twice a day, first thing when I wake up. And then as soon as you and I get done, it's the end of my first part of my day. I'm going to go out and get more. I eat, I have a really very strict way of eating. I only eat for a half an hour a day. I do 1 meal a day, intermittent fasting. I think
No way. I thought I was an animal. I got 1 hour a day. You're doing a half hour a day.
You can knock off 30 minutes of that.
In a half an hour. I can't do that.
You can get it all in a half an hour.
I have this huge bowl. It's like I'm getting this 1 meal, and I'm gonna, it takes me an hour to eat it.
Did you find that you got great results though when you switched to 1 meal a day?
Oh, absolutely. I have more energy now. I've got, all the garbage is going away. My sight's better. My night sight's better. All the skin tags are going away.
Oh, that's great.
And my skin is like getting smoother, and it's great.
You can see it, right? You can see it. So your 1 meal a day, is it at night, or is it is it dinner, or is it breakfast? How do you do it?
What I'm doing is I try to get it in between noon and 3.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
That's good. That's good. Not right at the end of the day.
Not right at the end of the day, because it I want my body to rest at night. I want it to not have to be working on digesting food, so that it's repairing and recuperating for the day. So when I wake up, I've got energy.
Wow, that's great. Mine's 5:30 to 6, because then I have dinner. I'm having dinner with the kids. Really important to me.
Oh yeah, that's really the hard part for me, is that eating with family, because right now I don't have kids to worry about. So they're gone, they're out, everything, everybody's happy, and I can do this on my own now. And my girlfriend, she's in the dance studio till 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Yeah. So, and she likes to eat after that. So I'll eat in the afternoon, and then she's later, and I don't eat when she does, but it works.
It can be tough. It can be tough, right?
Yeah. It's a challenge, but I tell you, the results are so worth it.
Why would you do anything else, right? Didn't you go 17 days? Didn't you do a 17-day fast?
No, I did 6.5. I've done 3 6.5 day, 7-day fasts, and that was hard enough. 17 would be. You've done those though.
I've done extended, not that much. I do 1 36-hour fast every week. So I stop eating at 6 o'clock on Friday, and I don't eat till 6 a.m. on Sunday.
Okay,
and that's been a nice little game changer for me.
I've done 72 hours a week for 4 weeks straight. I want to get to 8 weeks straight.
Wow, good for you.
That really cleans you out. That's like everything just resets.
And the mental clarity is through the roof, isn't it?
Yeah. Brain fog. I used to have, like a couple of years ago before I started this, I was starting to get I'm 60, 66. I'm starting to forget things. And, it's like normal. I'm just getting old. That's bullshit. Now it's like, oh, man, my mind is really good compared to what it was 5 years ago. I'm a whole new brain.
I'm so happy for you, dude.
So doing this, even though it's hard, giving up the sugar, giving up the carbs, my taste buds are not happy sometimes. But
it's just so good. It's so good. I was going to try to change my name while we're sitting here. Can I change my name in this thing?
Yeah.
How do I change it?
I change it to?
Watch this. I'm going to change. Watch. Edit. Avatar. Edit name. Watch this. You're going to love this. Let me just do this really quick, and then we can get back to the serious stuff. Yeah. Not host.
While you're doing that, I want to bring up Ken Walls again. He's my friend from Texas, and
Ah,
he does a course called Grow. He has Grow Live Academy, and he's an amazing live broadcaster. He does an incredible live broadcast, and
awesome. Awesome.
yeah. So check out Ken
Yeah,
Walls.
definitely. See, I changed my name.
No, touche.
The point of the whole conversation is you've got an opportunity. Everybody listening to this, you've got an opportunity right now, and you don't let a minute pass by without trying to optimize the most important areas of your life. Figure out what the 3 most important areas of your life are. You can figure it out. It's not hard to figure out. Where do you spend your money? Where do you spend your time? Where do you direct your energy? Figure out what's most important to you and just optimize everything about it. You'll feel better as a human being. The people around you they're gonna love your energy if you're just pouring yourself into those things.
Yeah. In fact, that just reminds me, like, first time I met you online, you were talking about kind of the ground rules and what you do. And one of the things that you mentioned is that every week you go into this monk mode.
I do. Yeah.
Explain what monk mode is.
Yeah. So I think a stressor for a lot of people is doing the things that they need to do for their business to help it move forward. And people tend to get into this trap of never actually doing the development or the research or the scientific process or even the honest self-reflection that we should be doing so that we can grow in our businesses. So one of my teachers talked about creating like block schedules and how I start my week working with my private clients because that's the hardest work of the week. I end my week. My Fridays are generally pretty chill where I do open Q&As. Sometimes I go and hang out on the beach in the morning. It's a little bit more chill.
Yeah. You live in Florida, right? So you're a Milton survivor.
East Coast of Florida. Yeah. So one of the things that I decided to do is I was going to take the middle part of my week and turn it into a time where I had singular focus on one thing, and that's the growth of my business. Mm-hmm. So that's my Wednesday. And we call it monk mode. And I go into isolation. I turn off all forms of communication. Very hard to get a hold of me in general in life. But it's impossible to get a hold of me on Wednesdays. And I do my morning routine, get the kids off to school, and then I work from 8 a.m. until noon. I do a 4-hour block with singular focus on getting one big thing done. Then I take a rewarding break from 12 to 1, go get some exercise. Then I work again from 1 to 5, get one big thing done. And I break for a couple of hours, spend time with the kids, get the kids to bed, and then I work from 9 p.m. to 1 p.m. So I get 3 4-hour blocks. In those 3 4-hour blocks of isolation and intense amounts of focus, I'm able to get more done than most people can get done in 3 weeks because there's no distractions and it's just 100% focus. Now I'll spend Tuesday evening mapping the whole thing out so that I sit down and I'm already going. And that I've been doing that for years. It was just groundbreaking what it did for me and for my business and how it changed everything for me. So that's my monk mode day. Key takeaway.
Incredible. It's got to be like a game changer when you started doing that for you. It's just getting totally focused and having that time to be able to do that, setting that aside. How do you balance that with family? And I know you got a dog and all the distractions going on. How do you stay focused?
So as mentioned earlier, 3 most important areas of life for me are business, family, and fitness. So it's highly inspirational for me to do things with the family. So because I'm so disciplined with my schedule during other times, when 5 o'clock comes, the kids are home, I can very comfortably just shut down, go, and I'll spend 5 to 9 with them because they just got home. It'll be 5 o'clock in a half an hour. Go spend time with them. Sometimes we'll go down to the beach in the afternoon. Sometimes we'll go ride our bikes or we'll go outside and goof around, have dinner with them, sit around, help them with their homework, stuff like that. It's all built into a very strict and regimented schedule. Their bedtime's around 9 o'clock. Boom, they're in bed. I'm right back here to work. I don't feel like I missed a beat. And then Saturdays and Sundays during the wake hours for the rest of the family is always about the family. And then 9 o'clock comes on Saturday. I'm back to work until 1 a.m. Sunday, back to work until midnight. Go to bed early on Sunday. Go to bed at midnight.
What time do you get up?
6 a.m. 6 a.m. So yep, 5 or 6 hours of sleep a night. There was, I can't remember the university that did the study on this. Berkeley or Cornell did a sleep study, and they found that as long as you have this consistent sleep and wake schedule, you can get 5 or 6 hours of sleep and get the benefit of 8. So I'm leveraging that as long as I can. You've got the same thing. You've got limitless energy because of the way we eat. I've got insane amounts of energy. So doing okay. 5 or 6 hours.
So do you ever do any like stress management stuff, or do you have any stress?
All right, I'm going to share something with you that I don't often talk. I'm going to share something. For a half an hour, I've been trying to take a drink. Hang on. Okay, ready? We're going to get, Jim, we're going to get sciencey for a moment.
All right, let's go.
All right? And by the way, anybody who's listening to this, I'm going to start by saying, don't take any advice from me on anything. But in general, don't take advice from me on like physical stuff.
Hope is so like
Hope is at a loss for words. She's like,
come on, Hope. You can do it.
In general, don't take any advice from me. But when it comes to physical stuff, definitely don't. But here's what my research tells me. First of all, your body has 2 different types of sweat glands. You have a sweat gland that produces sweat to cool you down when you are under exertion or under like some kind of physical activity. So that sweat gland produces sweat, it evaporates and it cools you down. That's one type. You have a second type of sweat gland that releases a chemical that causes you to smell. And that's the body odor that people get.
Like causes you to go,
yeah, right. Like get away from me until you take a shower, right?
Okay.
That kind of thing.
So this kind of smell.
Okay. The reason that you have that sweat gland is that sweat is produced under stress of danger. So it's a evolved biomechanism to keep things from eating us.
Okay.
If you lay down on the ground and you stink, the saber-toothed tiger isn't going to eat you. So that's why you have these 2 sweat glands. One keeps you cool, one keeps you alive. If you can bring yourself into a non-stressed state, that second sweat gland stops producing sweat. And you stop smelling. And so what I learned almost a decade ago is that by, first of all, living in a place where I'm only working on my most inspired activities, my business, my family, my fitness. That's it. Don't ask me to socialize, not important to me. Don't ask me to go be spiritual. It has importance to me, but it's not my most important thing. I focus on my most important things. It brings me to a state where stress doesn't really exist. Couple that with, I meditate every single day twice for a half an hour each.
Okay.
That helps keep my body stress-free. I noticed about a decade ago when I purposefully tested this theory, I'm going to stop wearing deodorant. I'm going to see what happens.
Yeah, you're saving tons of money on not having to buy deodorant now.
Tons, and I'm not putting that on my body. No, my wife is under very strict orders. If I ever smell, you got to tell me so that I can figure out what's causing the stress that's releasing the chemical, the stress sweat that's causing me to smell. And she hasn't had to say it once in a decade.
Wow.
There you go, Jim. There you go. You didn't expect that conversation.
We can just wrap this up right now. The secret to not stinking.
Just stop. Listen, here's what you do. You're going to stink for a couple of weeks. You got to stop wearing deodorant, and you got to get yourself meditating, focusing on your highest priorities, and watch how your smell goes away. And then tell your loved ones to cross-check it.
Amazing. So that's how you can wear such cool clothes. Like this shirt right here that I have on. This is Chris Prouty inspired.
I can tell.
I was hoping when I put it on, I hope Chris doesn't wear the same shirt.
You know what I did? I seriously, this is what a fashionista I am. I went through all of my videos and I was like, oh, I think I look better when I wear a white button-up shirt. So that's what I'll wear for gym today.
All right. All right. Yeah.
Jim, we really covered it all today. No sneaky. Here comes. I was wondering what Hope was going to think about this conversation.
Yeah, I love it. Hope's right here with us, baby. I love it. That's great.
Jim, I want you to try it. Stop it. Don't put on deodorant tomorrow. See how bad.
I use salt. I don't use actually a deodorant. I use rocks. Or it's a salt.
It's a salt cube, right? A salt.
Yeah, just from the ocean, baby. It's just plain old salt, and it works like a charm.
Based on that alone, I might go take a bath in the ocean. See what happens.
That's a great strategy.
I stopped using soap too.
Well, that Epsom salt that keeps your body fully energized.
Yeah. Wow, Jim. What do we do now? I mean, this thing has gone in 15 different directions.
I got to move the sun. I got this thing in my face.
Yeah.
Ready, drink.
Yeah. Let people catch their breath.
So what is I got to know, this is something that, inquiring minds, your fashion, you have a Chris Prouty fashion. I think you could almost start your own line.
Oh my God.
Chris Prouty fashions.
Look, dude.
Serious. You look at your YouTube site, and there's just like, I love it. You're like doing this and doing these little poses and all this fun stuff. And it's like but you're always looking like perfect.
I am very, very lucky that I found a brand of clothing that, as they say, when I go to buy the clothes there, it's not inexpensive clothing, but when I go to buy the clothes, they say you have an off the rack body style, and our stuff fits you perfectly right off the rack. So I'm happy about that. One of the things that I found was you can either you can buy a t-shirt and you can spend like I don't know what things cost. So pardon me, I'm like one of those people. But you can spend $100 on a t-shirt and it will last you for 8 or 9 years. And if you can find a timeless style, then you're good to go. So that t-shirt over time is like, $8 to $10 a year. Or you could go buy a $10 t-shirt that will last you a couple of months before it's ripped and destroyed. And now you got to go buy that thing again. It is out of sheer ability to focus on what's most important to me that I buy these clothes so that I don't have to keep rebuying them. That's really all it comes down to. So I love the brand that I wear. I love how it fits me. And weirdly, I rarely leave my house, but I wear these clothes because I'm on camera all day with people.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. You just got this body style that just looks great on camera. So.
I wish I could do something in fashion. I have no idea what I would do. I love the fashion world. I love watching all of that stuff. I just don't know what I would do with it. So I'll just keep doing what I'm good at.
You could probably make some money at it.
Could probably. I don't know. But that t-shirt does look
good. Connections I could introduce.
I might take you up on that. I was going to tell you that t-shirt you're wearing is actually quite stylish. It's ribbed, and I like that. There's a little texture.
Yeah, I got it. Lisa, my girlfriend, she helps me with my sartorial excellence. It's gotten better of late because I'm trying some new things because of her. So my hair, my clothes, everything's getting better because I'm listening now.
Look at Hope. Hope is really pulling this together.
Yeah.
Hope used to sell high-end bras. You know that, Jim?
I did, yeah.
We've got it on good authority that Hope used to sell high-end bras.
Yes. And she, people don't, it's so sad when people don't invest in quality. Absolutely.
Yeah. They're going to spend the money no matter what. They're either going to spend it over time on low quality stuff that they have to keep replacing, or they're going to spend it once on quality stuff that lasts. So the shirt I'm wearing, I probably had this thing for 5 or 6 years. It's a timeless look. It's crisp. I like the way it looks on me, and I won't have to rebuy this thing maybe another 5 years or something. So what if this was I don't remember what it cost, but let's just say like it's a $200 shirt. I get it for 10 years. It's like $20 a year. And I don't have to keep going shopping for it.
There you go. Saves time. Well,
Yeah.
or if you've got Scott blood like me, you buy it. I bought a Nordstrom shirt with the little horse on it.
Yep.
When I was in college, I still have it.
Wow.
It still fits. And
Wow.
I think if you really looked hard at it, you'd see, yeah, it's like 40 years old.
Yeah.
45. But it's
I try to buy stuff that I'm not going to get bored with. I don't want to have to, I don't want to get like I got a shirt. I will admit I bought it on a whim, and it's got like an embroidered teddy bear or something here with wearing weird glasses. And I was like, oh, that seems kind of funky. And then I got kind of bored with it. I'm like, I'm never going to wear that thing again. So I try to, when I buy something, I'm like, is this going to last me a long time? My cars are the same way. My clothes, my kids, I want to keep them around for a while.
Yeah. How old are your kids? Are they, what do they got going on?
So I've got 4, and they're, if I can remember, generally not my job to remember their ages, but I'm going to do my best. 5, 10, 11, and 14.
Okay. So they're right in that sweet spot where they're like really fun.
Oh my God. They're fun. And at the same, and to keep that balance, they're also, don't hide the Xbox remote.
Yeah. They're smart enough now where they can retaliate.
They're literally, one of them is at that age where if I'm sitting at dinner and he's got like a French fry hanging off his plate or something, and I reach over and he's got maybe 30 of them, and I just take the one and I put it in my mouth. Wigs out. Just wigs out. Humble to hear the wonderful information. She's got to run. All right. I'll send her.
She's a busy lady. I was super happy she joined us for a bit. Yeah.
Me too. Me too. Glad she was here. So yeah, they're at the fun age. They're great at all those different ages. And I just love seeing all of them. Because they see entrepreneurialism in the house, they've all got that kind of mindset. So hopefully one of them will start working here one day.
Yeah, you want to create a legacy?
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's fun.
My 2 middle kids, both boys, they both have their own YouTube channels. And they come in here and they're like, Dad, we want to make a video. What should we make the video on? So
that's gotta feel good.
It's great. Like I've got a private client who released a video today, got 7,000, 8,000 views right away. And my son will come in, he'll be like, I got 3 views.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Yeah. You got to start somewhere. I'm at 2 right now. So I'm still working at it.
What's your deal? You have kids, Jim? You have kids?
We're going to get some more.
Yeah.
So you survived the Milton hurricane. How was that experience for you guys?
Hurricanes are so weird in that it's this huge buildup. And I've lived here in Florida for 14 years. I grew up in New England where we didn't have this stuff. This huge buildup, this weird buildup, because the buildup is a combination of, okay, let's go get the essentials that we're going to need. And then let's get as much alcohol and snacks as possible. Right. And my kids,
important stuff.
My kids are always the first to say, can we make the list for the hurricane snacks? What are we getting for hurricane snacks?
Yeah. So
there's this huge buildup in getting ready. And then you're either going to get walloped, like some people that you even know who are in the mastermind, they got absolutely walloped. And me, it went right over my house, but didn't get anything bad happening. So, part of my fence.
I'd be worried about those tornadoes. There was like hundreds of little spin-offs that were happening, and some of them were nasty.
Yeah, the tornadoes were the worst. Somebody that you and I both know moved into a brand new house and had the tornado rip through and smashed every one of their windows. And so now they were living in the house a week, so it's theirs. So now they've got all this stuff going on. You don't want that in a brand new house, and worse. I mean, look at what happened with the hurricanes that went up the coast. There are people who are living in towns that don't have electricity, roads.
Yeah.
So here, for me, I'm super chill about it. Put the shutters up on the house. Get snacks for the family. No snacks for me. Not during my eating window. Have enough water on hand and just keep chill. Yeah, what are you going to do? Panic? You can't panic.
Can't panic.
Yeah,
not worth it. And you were like out of the zone of the tides. That's a really big deal too. I mean, people that are like 16, 18-foot
Yeah.
tides that come in and just, wow.
Yeah, just take it away. I'm far enough away from the coast where it doesn't affect, but you can go, especially you go a little bit north of here, like the Daytona area, you can see where some of those hurricanes have just obliterated the landscape, and like there are people's houses who you could step out of the house onto the beach, and now they've got a 20-foot wall.
Yeah.
That's wild. It's wild.
I
You get
needed a
wild.
20-foot wall in my backyard.
What's that?
Yeah, it's like they walk out and say, well, yeah, I needed a 20-foot wall in my backyard.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Do you get wild weather where you live?
No, no, we don't get much of anything. It's kind of boring, but I like it that way.
Yeah, that's
we get earthquakes. We get earthquakes.
Oh yeah, there's that, right? Where the earthquakes open.
We've had a few pretty gnarly earthquakes.
Yeah, crazy.
But, it's not really weather, but it affects how we live and work.
Yeah, I'm digging your show, dude. I'm liking this.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah. Who do you?
What do you see? You're close to one of my passions. I've always loved space flight, and I've always loved rockets and rocketry, and I've flown airplanes. When I was in college, I was training, and I took some flying lessons. So I've always loved flight, and you're close, if I'm not mistaken, to where Cape Canaveral,
super
Kennedy Center. Do you see rockets going off from your place?
Dude, I saw a rocket go up today. I was sitting here. I'm so close to where the rockets go off. My house shakes when they go off. Like,
oh, I love that. We used to live close to the El Toro Marine Base, and when they were flying jets in and out of there, and the jets would come in formation and then land, and I could see all that and hear it, and I loved that sound. And there were people that would complain about it, and I just tell them that's the sound of freedom.
It's the sound of progress, freedom, science, innovation.
Fantastic. And I just started investing in space too, because of the recent election. I think things are going to move that direction.
I was sitting here this morning. It was probably 8:30 or so, and I heard the beginning of the rumble. And so like the desk starts to shake, and I'm like, oh, I step outside. As I step outside, you can see the flames, see the rocket, see it going up into the sky. It's magical where I live to be able to see that.
Oh yeah, I've never seen it from there. I've been close to Vandenberg out here on the West Coast, and I've seen some go off.
More to it, it's inspirational, because it's like, you see this and you see what's going on, and you just look at the progress just in the past couple of years alone, where they used to launch rockets and they'd have to dispose of the boosters in the ocean. Right. Now the boosters are flying back to Earth and they're landing and they're reusing them. Look, if a company can do that in a few short years, you've got no excuse for not busting your butt to just get maybe 100 clients in the same amount of time. If that's the kind of stuff that's going on, what are you doing that you're not building your business?
And you're talking to somebody else, not to me.
I'm not talking to you.
But you are talking to me, because that's.
I'm not talking. Jim, that wasn't directed at you. That's directed at the person who's watching this right now, going, "Well, shoot, I gotta get to work."
Yeah, and if you're. Hey, I'll tell you what, if you want to get results, talk to Chris Prouty.
Don't make this about me.
No, but it's true. Like, here, let me do something here. Just real quick. We got to get this in. It's amazing how fast these hours go. Let me bring up.
What are you doing there, Master Commander?
I'm bringing up your website.
Click the buttons, Jim.
There we go.
What's this going to be? Oh, look at that.
Most business owners want more customers. Well, hello.
Yeah.
So what are you doing to help people besides seminars in your house like that?
Let me tell you about that picture. That is such an inspirational picture to me.
Well, look at them. They're all busy. They're all like engaged. That one gal's reading.
I think she's probably writing notes right there. So this is down in Miami Beach, where I have I'm fortunate that I get to be down there as well. Twice a year, I hold these mastermind get-togethers for as I mentioned earlier, I run 2 masterminds. One mastermind is designed to get people to $20,000 a month in their business. That's the Force Acceleration Mastermind.
Right.
Once they get there, we move them into radius of impact. So the people that you see sitting here are in the radius of impact mastermind, and they are hanging out with me down in Miami Beach. And what I do is I plaster the walls with sticky pad paper, the gigantic sticky pad, and just go through high performance strategies for growth. And so what you don't see, there's actually like 15 people here, but they're sitting on couches and stuff out of frame.
Mm-hmm.
What you don't see, there's somebody sitting in this room who has served 4 US presidents. And she came to me at the end of this day-long event. And she was just like, I wish I had learned this earlier in my life. And that's what juices me right up, dude. It's like being able to do stuff like this. So like these people we meet a couple of times a week virtually, but it's when you can get together like this. And this was last October, a year, so about 14 months or 13 months ago. You can tell by the hair. That's where you can really make progress and impact. We spent 8 hours just going through some of the coolest performance strategies. So that's what you see there.
So where do you need to be in your development to really take advantage of this day with you?
So
what base level do you need to at least have in order to really benefit from it?
So the entry level mastermind, which is Force Acceleration, is really designed for people who have just started a business and they're looking to get to that 10, 15, 20,000 a month. That's really what they're looking for. So this is like a playbook of strategies and collaboration to help get them there. And I've had thousands of people go through that training. Once you get to that point, your business becomes different. When you're at 10,000 a month, you can kind of cruise control at that point, and you've got the replacement for the W-2, and it's cool. But for the performers out there who want to get to 20, get to that $250,000, that $250,000 a year, that's a different set of challenges. But then when you want to scale beyond that, there are breakpoints like 50,000 a month, 80,000 a month, 100,000 a month, different breakpoints where different problems manifest in your business. And it comes from scheduling your time to asymmetric return on your effort, work an hour, get paid for it over and over again. Marketing becomes an issue. And you've got to start to you can get to 100,000 a month just being a solopreneur, but it takes some strategy and it takes a lot of work up here. So that's where radius of impact comes in. Once you get to that 20, let's get you into this one that's going to help tune you up here so that you can build this business, you can get to 100,000 a month, and you're not wanting to jump off a bridge.
Yeah, you have some fun with it.
And you have fun. That's what
I love about what you do, because every week you have a Friday casual. You grab a drink, and a lot of people just grab it's afternoon, so they'll grab a beer and just hang out, and it's a ton of fun. It's like getting to spend some time with some really great people, and sometimes we talk business, sometimes we talk just whatever topic of the day, and it's great, and it's fun having those associations.
I'll tell you the origin of that. I did something that very few people do, is I actually talked to my clients and asked them what they want. So I throw a survey. Hey, we've only got this huge resource here. Let's ignore it. So I send emails and surveys out to my clients. I'm like, what do you want more of? And the 3 things they always come back with: I want to make more money, I want to have more impact, and I just want to be happy in my business. And those 3 answers have been surfacing for years and years. So when I design my masterminds, they're designed to make people money, to help them have more impact. But then, like you said, we have a Friday call. It's a half an hour, make a coffee, grab whatever you want to drink. And I just open up my Zoom and we all just sit around and talk. And that's the fun that entrepreneurs don't get in their businesses, because they don't have the peer group. That's why my masterminds are so successful. Yeah. You're there.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's like really, it serves a need
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. It's like, it's just, we all got to have fun. Fun is like a critical element that sometimes I was guilty for a long time of just not having fun. And it's amazing when you start doing that, it's, you start losing friends.
Yeah. Yeah, you do. You
So,
do. Oh boy, look who it is. Look who it is.
she just released her TEDx talk. It just got
TEDx
released.
talk.
Yeah, I haven't checked it out yet, but I want to check that out.
I highly encourage anybody watching this to go Google Beverly's name and check out that TED talk. She is amazing. She's
Beverly, send over the link and we'll put it up so people can check it out.
She's watching this thing on Facebook.
Yeah, well, we got it up on Facebook, we're on LinkedIn, and we're on YouTube right now.
Yeah, Bev, let's get that. Let's get her some views. She did this. It was her first TEDx talk, and you want to talk about preparation. She prepared perfectly for this thing, and she executed on it extremely well. And the visibility that she's getting from it is well deserved. So if you get that link, you can pop it up. Otherwise, anybody who's watching this now or in the replay, just go Google her name. Her TEDx talk will pop right up.
Yeah, it's a great thing. So cool. So what's next for Chris Prouty? Where do you see yourself in the next year? What's the next year look like? Are you starting to formulate that?
Yeah, I really have found that sweet spot for what people need and to help them grow personally and professionally. So it took years to get to where I am, but I'm in that place where I can help the person who's just getting started. And then I can help the person that wants to ascend to get to that real impactful place in their business, that 80, 90, 100,000 a month. And then I can help the one-on-one people who want to scale. Like I've got one-on-one client who wants to get to 11 million a year. So I've got the systems in place that allow me to do that with efficiency and efficacy, and yet still allow me to spend time with the kids, have my monk mode Wednesday, go to the beach every once in a while. So all of these puzzle pieces came into place. My goal is to just build cool stuff that helps these people more and more and more. So that's what the next year to 5 years look like. It's just keep building this cool stuff that helps people like you, like Beverly, help them just get better and better and better. That's where my fulfillment comes in. It's just watching these people fly. Just watching them fly, dude. So that's me for the foreseeable future. I'll keep building new things that help people as the industry changes, as the world changes, as the internet changes. We'll be ahead of the curve.
That's awesome. And like what you did, I think it was in January this year, I was on one of your calls and you created a little lead magnet. It was a mind map that you created.
That was in March. Yep.
It was in March. Okay. And you just talked about it again, and you said that thing's been rocking for you. And it was really simple.
Yeah.
And you built it during that call. It was like what, in about an hour and a half, you built this thing, and it looks like the exact same one you built while you were during the call. I mean, it is
the one that I built during the call. I put it out there with a small ad campaign as a test, and then I forgot to turn off the ad campaign. And one day I'm looking at my leads and where my leads are coming from, and I'm like, holy smoke, look at all these leads that have come in from that lead magnet that I forgot to turn off. I only turned it on for the class, but it works so well. It's been since March. It continues to generate dozens of leads for me a day. So I'm not gonna turn it off anytime soon. And it was simple. And I think that's what so many people look for, the complex answer when the simple answer is what they want. The more you, as Marco Pierre White, famous Michelin star chef, says, the more you add to something, the more you take away from it. And I think people are stuck in a place right now where they just want to keep adding, bolting stuff on. But if you strip away and you get to the simple core, helping people get better at what they do, you're going to do really well.
Excellent. Excellent advice. So I have a question that I ask everybody who's been on the Bold Leadership Story Show.
Yeah.
And I'd like to ask you, so if it's okay, it's basically this: taking in consideration your whole life, what was the boldest leadership decision that you've made, and what were the consequences?
I really think it was that story that we talked about earlier today, where I was driving from Worcester to Boston, and halfway I left Worcester, Massachusetts, not thinking I was going to quit that day. And halfway there, I was in Natick, Mass. I said, today's my last day. And that felt like my transition from a non-leader to a leader, because I took control and I made the decisions that were hard, and I stuck to them and I stuck it out. And I think that's leadership starts from within, right? You look at some of the greatest leadership thought leaders, people who know leadership inside and out. I'm going to reference Cicely Simpson, who is a leadership strategist who knows leadership inside and out, worked around the world. She always says, you can't lead others until you can lead yourself. And leadership starts with self-leadership. And it was that moment that I was driving. I remember the car I was driving. I remember everything about that moment where I said, this is it for me. And that was a move in self-leadership that transitioned me, that changed everything. Domino 1 changed everything going forward. So make the hard decisions, stick with the outcomes. You got to stick with them for long periods of time. There are no fast answers. And if you had told me then that this is going to be 25 years and then you'll be sitting on the Bold Leadership Story Show, I would have laughed. I would have said, there's no way. Right.
It's the pinnacle of success.
It really, hey, it is for me.
Well, thank you for that. There had to be, making that decision, there had to be some consternation or challenges or thoughts that popped up in your head, like, oh shit, what have I done?
Yeah, I'll take you through all the thoughts. I remember them. The first thought was, how many months can I live based on my savings from this W-2 job that I'm in?
Okay, so that was a logical thought. Okay.
Yep. The second thought was, how am I going to get people to hire me to do this not working for a business? How are they just going to hire a dude I wasn't incorporated, didn't have a business, no LLC, no nothing, just a dude. So how's that going to work? No idea. What am I going to charge these people? Like it was all of the strategic questions of, and at one point I was just like, you don't have to worry about any of that. Solve those problems as they come up. Don't solve them all now. So I looked at, I knew my bank account. I knew how many months I could go before I had to do something. It was months. It wasn't even weeks. I could go for 6 months. I could have gone for 6 months without receiving any money.
Okay.
The pay that I got for the gig that I got that following Monday was more than I made in a month at the W-2 job. And that's when it just struck me that, oh, okay, I made the right decision. Jim, like I said, you hear a lot of people who have I foreclosed on my home. I lost everything and I had to build it all back. And I have such admiration for those people. I didn't go through any of that. All I went through was, I just went through, you know what? Get to work. Just get to work. Get to work.
So
put your head down, get to work.
It's tenacity, it's consistency, it's discipline. It's not the easy button.
It's not. I don't want anything easy and I don't want anything hard. I just want things. I just want it to be balanced. So it's perceived easy, perceived hard. Nothing is easy, nothing is hard. Everything just is. And when you change your worldview to everything's just perceived easy or perceived hard. It's none of that. It just is. Now put your head down, stop crying and get to work.
Yeah. That's the secret.
I think it is.
Get to work.
Work longer and work. And you know what? I said this to one of my private clients the other day. Sometimes, you know how they always say, don't work harder, work smarter. People will always say that. Don't work harder, work smarter, but they'll never tell you what working smarter is because they don't even know. There's a little surprise for everybody here. Nobody knows what working smarter really means. I'll tell you what it means. Sometimes working smarter means working harder. Mm-hmm. Because when you work harder than everybody around you, they're going to go away. And you're going to be the last one standing, and all the money is yours. Sometimes working smarter means working harder. Quit crying and get to work, Bev.
Exactly. All right. Well,
nice interaction from the audience there, Jim.
Yeah, this is fun. That was from YouTube too. Wow.
Look at that.
Well, Chris, our hour is about up. So
what do we do? What do we do now, Jim?
It goes so fast.
It does.
I don't know. Let's go have some lunch.
I can't eat.
You're eating. You're not eating for a few hours. I got my eating windows open now. So
you have to go eat something. I'm going to go get an hour of cardio.
There you go. I might get cardio in after. I worked already this morning. I got up at dark 30 and went to the gym. So,
Jim, can I just say, this has been a lot of fun.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
Maybe we'll do this again. Maybe I'll invite myself back.
Anytime. Maybe we'll switch roles. We'll call you host and me not host. And
I'd like to. I have questions I'll ask you. Yes. next time you're in the microscope.
Oh man.
You better wear your best shirt.
Yes, sir.
All right. How do we wrap this up, Jim? What was the big takeaway? What do we leave people with?
I'd say from my perspective, this was a great episode. We learned from Chris Prouty some of the most important things about leadership. Some of the secrets that he uses to establish other people. Chris is all about helping other people be successful, and I think as a result of that, he's had some success too. And that's so inspirational for me. And along the way, he's raising a family, wonderful family, and just having fun too. So thank you, Chris, for joining me. I really appreciate the time.
As they say in Mexico, todo chido. Totally cool. Totally cool.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
This is awesome.
We'll see you on another call, one of your calls.
See you on my calls.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jim.
Probably tomorrow. Awesome.
Thanks, everybody.
And